Is this the biggest game in the Joey McGuire era yet for Texas Tech this upcoming weekend against Kansas? According to the head man himself, yes. We'll discuss Joey McGuire's comments and why he thinks that is the expectation for this game for the Red Raiders, as well as what they'll be focusing on headed into a game where expectations are at an all-time high. Let's get it. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Red and Black Report. Appreciate y'all tuning in to today's video. A huge shout out to all the subscribers that we've been gaining here in the past month. It was a historic month in September. The numbers are officially in. Thank y'all once again for that. And to the 42% of y'all that aren't subscribed to the channel yet, hey, there's still time to join the Red and Black squad. We got football, men's basketball's around the corner. It's the best time to be a Red Raider. All right, let's jump into this because, yeah, Joey McGuire did say what I said he said, in terms of this is the biggest game in his tenure as Texas Tech head coach so far. We'll get to that here in just a second, but let's start with his early analysis of Kansas headed into a weekend where Texas Tech is in the top 10 of the AP poll for, well, the first time in over a decade, okay? He said Kansas could easily be 6-0 if you watch the film. They have a great offense. He ain't lying, people. We'll talk about a little bit more in the preview video here later on in the week when it comes to really breaking down Kansas, but that offense is elite. McGuire was adamant also that Tech has the best defense in the country. This is going to be a strength-on-strength matchup, and I'll give you my keys to the game later on in this week in terms of here on the channel as well, but it may have to do with that front four. Shocker for the Red Raiders, right? But I think there were a couple things that stood out from this McGuire presser headed into the Kansas game. And the first one being this. He was asked about NIL and, you know, him hearing that, hey, Texas Tech just built this team with NIL and they didn't, do what was necessary to be great. And his rebuttal has been the same really throughout this whole year, which is, if you are in that locker room and you can see how these guys genuinely care about each other, then you would see that this team is different. Yes, money's involved. Everybody knows that. That's really not a jab anymore. You have the same resources if you were smart enough to figure it out. Anybody else? I mean, again, a prime example is Texas. They have a bigger NIL budget for their football team this year than Texas Tech did. What's going on with them? Why aren't they winning football games? Weren't they preseason number one? Texas Tech wasn't even ranked in the preseason AP Top 25 poll. Just because you have money and throw money at your football program does not mean you're going to succeed, period. Texas Tech has done a phenomenal job of making sure that they go out and build genuine relationships with not only great football players, but great individuals. And you can see it pay off on the gridiron. I understand that may be sappy. I understand that, oh, that's not all that goes into it, but it's a major component of it. Joey McGuire has done a phenomenal job of really making sure that this team cares about one another, and it shows each and every Saturday that they take the gridiron. All right. One of the big factors that Joey McGuire also talked about was they're going to need the crowd on Saturday, okay? With a high number next to your name come high expectations, not only for the team, but for the crowd involved. It's the 100th anniversary of Texas Tech football. They're going to be rocking those throwback jerseys that are sick. If you want to see which ones I'm talking about, go watch the recap video here on the channel for, well, this past game where Texas Tech just annihilated Houston. I digress, though. They'll be rocking those, and Joey McGuire said they need the crowd in this one. He emphasized, hey, throw the tortillas at the kickoff, but after that, be loud and proud, specifically when the Red Raiders are on the field defensively, because you can really create havoc against this Kansas team that uses motion damn near more than anyone else in the country, right? And if you have a loud ruckus environment with that elite defense, some things are bound to go your way if you're Texas Tech. So a message from the head man himself, be loud, be proud. You see it on your screen right there, but be sure to not throw the tortillas outside of the opening kickoff. PSA for me and Joey McGuire. Another aspect of this, speaking of penalties, he was discussing fixing the penalty issue that Texas Tech has had. And McGuire took full responsibility in terms of he's got to be better there. That's on him. They have to instill things, but he's also talked to offensive coordinators and guys that really are involved in the run game, schematics, and everything like that, saying, hey, let's just make it simple. We've got a really good offensive line. We've got some really good running backs. Let's just get up there and, really be informative in the sense of, okay, this is what we need you to do, but let's make it simple so they can just go out and play the game at an elite level. I thought that was something that stood out to me. Really at a large portion of this was the accountability from Joey McGuire in terms of the negatives. Now, he didn't take all of the negatives, right? But that's what good head coaches do, right? When there's success, you give it to everybody else. And then when there's the negatives, hey, that's on me. I got to be better, right? And that's what Joey McGuire did there. To the comment that we opened up this video with. And again, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. And, oh, by the way, real quick, holidays are just around the corner. Head on over to homefieldapparel.com, okay? I'm not rocking it now, but there's a t-shirt that I may have to rock during basketball season that I absolutely love over there. You're going to have to go check it out yourself, and you can save 15% over on Home Field Apparel when you use the promo code RBR15. Just a quick little plug for them. They're the homies over there at Home Field, okay? The biggest game in the McGuire era that he will be coaching in, okay, is this weekend, right? This is what he said. This is the biggest game of my tenure at Texas Tech so far. And you know what? He's right. He is right about that. And the reason being is this. You're not facing off against a ranked opponent. You're not, and that's okay. But you have higher expectations now than any team Texas Tech has fielded in over a decade, and it's really not that close. You are now the number 9 team in the country, and you have national media guys, including Josh Pate of Pate State over there, saying that Texas Tech is ranked too low, right? You should be ahead of teams like Alabama. You have beaten every team that you have played this year by 24 points, at least, okay? The expectations are at an all-time high for the Red Raiders. So I don't think that it's one of those deals where this is the biggest game of the Joey McGuire era. Yeah, it is this week. And if you win this one, you know the next biggest game in the Joey McGuire era? The one after that, right? But I found it really interesting that McGuire actually said that himself. That was one of the opening comments that he had, that this is the biggest game of my tenure at Texas Tech so far. And he's right, because the expectations are so extraordinarily high, not only on the gridiron, but on the recruiting trail as well. You are going to be on Fox back-to-back weekends. Your last 4 games, if you go back to Utah and include this weekend's matchup against Kansas and next against Arizona State, are all on national television, either on Fox, 3 of the games being on Fox, or ESPN in prime time. You are a national brand now. Expectations are at an all-time high, and it's honestly a breath of fresh air that Joey McGuire realizes that. He's embracing it. And in years past, honestly, as a Tech fan, I probably would have been scared of that. I really would have. But this team just feels extraordinarily different because you have guys like Skylar Gill-Howard. You have guys like Jacob Rodriguez. You have guys like Baron Morton who have been there and done that and played college football at a very high level. And obviously, I'm leaving some guys off that I probably shouldn't, but you know who I'm talking about, okay? This Texas Tech team feels different. Each and every Saturday, you look at the screen when that kickoff starts and you think Texas Tech should win this game. I don't know the last time that has happened for a Red Raider football team when Mike Leach wasn't the head coach. And you've had Kingsbury, you've had Wells, obviously McGuire now, and there's obviously the guy that climbed out the window. We don't need to discuss him. Those were the dark days, right? These are the bright days. And I love that Joey McGuire is absolutely embracing the expectations and how high they are. Because here's the thing. We can have high expectations for this team, and Lord knows I do. But damn it, the expectations that those guys have in the locker room are just astronomically higher than what we could ever place on them, okay? And they know each and every Saturday that they have the talent to go out there and dominate their opponent. They did it to Utah. They did it to Houston. The expectation from here on out, whether it's Kansas, Arizona State, Kansas State, whoever it is domination. And that's built within there. Right. And it was very refreshing for Joey McGuire to really embrace that, because at the end of the day, I think we've all said it. We've all thought it. I've seen it multiple times in the comments, whether it's here on YouTube, over on the Scarlet and Black Insider, or on my Twitter as well in the comments. It feels different this year. But here's the thing. The expectations we put on this team, as I just said, are nowhere near the expectations that they have in that locker room. And it is refreshing each and every week that they go out there and are absolute certified MFing dogs. They're dogs, man. And they embrace the pressure. They know what it is, right? And I love to hear that Joey McGuire is thinking this way because the expectations are high. But now it's on them for them to deliver on the gridiron. And I've never been more confident in a Red Raider football team. I don't know about you. Maybe I went on a tangent too long there, but I absolutely love hearing that from Joey McGuire. And I know a lot of y'all do too. And if you want to hear more Joey McGuire quotes, this is the place for you. I'll also have some commentary as well. The next videos here on the channel after this one will be the game preview for Kansas. Then we'll have keys to the game. And then, hey, we'll be less than 48 hours away from Texas Tech kicking off homecoming out in the 806 in those gnarly, I mean, just chef's kiss homecoming jerseys. I'm excited about Texas Tech football. Men's basketball is right around the corner as well. So this is the perfect time to join the RBR squad, as I mentioned in the intro as well. It's 100% free. We're giving you daily videos, and this is the most interactive Texas Tech YouTube channel. You can't beat it. You truly can't. So be sure to like the video and hit that subscribe button. I'm RC Maxfield reminding you, as always, stay safe and Wreck 'em Tech.